Atlas Shrug 383 here. Gonna have a little fun today in the backyard, no less. I'm gonna try out some of this Aguila 22 long rifle ammunition. This is Subsonic, solid point ammo, 40 grains. Haven't tried Subsonic ammo before, so I'm gonna give it a whirl and see just how quiet it is. I'm gonna be shooting that out of my Colt 22 Target pistol, which I've had this for a long time. This is a 22 Target pistol with the 6-inch barrel. I've had this since the late 90s, y'all. This is kind of a relic. And so it's going to be interesting to me to see if this subsonic ammo will properly cycle the action and everything. I've got these metal 10-round magazines to shoot out of, and already got them loaded up and ready to go. So let's go give this a whirl and see what subsonic ammo is all about in 22. Before we head out, I'm just going to give you a little bit more of a close-up view of my Colt pistol. And these are the 10-round magazines. This is the legendary horse on the side. So our conditions today, it's cold. It's below freezing. The high today is about 26 degrees here in Tennessee, and we have snowfall on the ground. So I'm going to be shooting relatively close distance. I'll give you an idea of what range I plan to shoot on. I've got a target in the snow there. I'm going to back up a bit more. Probably my goal is to try to go for about 10 yards, but it's just an eyeball job, so not sure exactly what I'm going to end up with. I'll back up a little more. So, and as you guys know, subsonic is not for distance shooting. In fact, I am a little worried that it's not even going to cycle the slide on my Colt 22. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to put hearing protection on just in case, and let's give it a whirl. All right, guys, here's the results of my shooting session. 3, 4, 5. Got most of my rounds here in the ring that I was shooting for. I see a couple that were thrown out. You can see those are 22 holes there, but the majority of them I did get in the ring that I was shooting for. Not great accuracy, I must admit, from this close up, but that might be my fault, probably not the ammo's fault. All right, I got a few more rounds to fire, and then we'll call it a day. Keep having a fail to feed there. Yep. So I had some struggles with that last magazine. I had several fail to feeds where the round didn't pick up from the magazine, just kind of jammed in. Not sure if that's the ammo's fault or what, because I had no issues with the first magazine. But these are my shots, again, from a relatively close distance, just back over there, 10 yards, maybe a little more. Okay, some final thoughts on my short shooting session with this, the Aguila, I think that's how you pronounce that, Aguila 22 Subsonic. So you saw the two magazines, shot 20 rounds, two 10-round magazines. First one went off pretty smoothly. Everything cycled good. The accuracy wasn't terrible. I think the accuracy issues were my problem, not the ammo's. But the second magazine, I had some fail to feed. So what was happening was the slide was bringing up around and it was just jamming in the breech, kind of like this. So to get that unstopped, I had to drop the mag and then cycle the slide. You know, it's a simple fix. I don't think that's the ammo's fault. That would be possibly my fault again, maybe. The way that I loaded those rounds, they might not have been seated fully against the back of the magazine, which in some guns that can make a difference. So possibly those rounds weren't seated all the way at the back. And so when the slide picked them up, they may have been tilted a little bit, and that could be why they did that. The rounds weren't really as quiet as I thought maybe they would be. You have to figure, even though there's not a sonic crack with this ammo, it's still a small explosion, unless you've got a suppressor to suppress and muffle that blast. It's still going to sound kind of like a loud firework. My wife said that our indoor dog was scared, that she could hear the rounds going off. And that's the main thing. I do live in a neighborhood. I checked my surrounding area very good before I fired these rounds. The direction I was shooting, there were no people, no houses. I was shooting towards a clearing, and I made sure there was nobody around when I started shooting today. But that being said, it's still making enough noise. People can hear it. And when people can hear guns going off, they get scared. So this is still not something that I can just run in my backyard and shoot anytime I get the notion. Actually, I will avoid that because it does make enough noise to scare people that might be in the area. But even though I checked everything, there could have been somebody out somewhere. And, I don't want to scare my neighbors and all that. So always be sure when you shoot, make sure you know where the projectile is headed and that there's nobody in the area. And that's exactly what I did too. I was a little worried that somewhere kids might be out playing in the snow. So I walked all the way around, made sure nobody was in that area. And my rounds were going down into the ground from an angle, no chance of ricochet. It was safe. But, people get scared around guns, and they should be scared and nervous. So that's my review for today. It's a simple review. Do I recommend this ammo? Sure, but it's more expensive than regular 22 ammo. So unless you have a specific application for it, or maybe you have a suppressed 22, then that's probably what you want. It seemed to cycle my semi-auto very well, and I don't have any complaints. So until the next shooting session, you all stay safe.